Hi everybody, it's Jared again. This is the second video that I said that I was going to post after that first video comparing the two firearms, where I was asking which one people think should be banned and why. I showed that first rifle, the Ruger 1022, 22 long rifle rimfire gun. Said that it was mainly a varmint hunting rifle that shot a relatively small cartridge, had a 10-round magazine, and like I said, it was a pretty innocuous rifle. Most people who start getting into shooting start with something like a Ruger 1022. The second weapon that I showed was the one with the pistol grip, the vertical grip, the dot sight, the light, the 25-round magazine, had the rails on the front of it. I told everybody that it did shoot a 5.6 millimeter copper jacketed hollow point round that went at 1,400 plus feet per second. Had the collapsible stock, the sling mounts. A lot of these things that people consider to be what makes a weapon an assault rifle. Have a little secret to tell you. They were the same gun. Not the same type of gun, not the same sort of category of gun. They were the exact same weapon. This rifle, the Ruger 1022 that I showed you, became the nasty, evil black rifle with the grips and the rails and the light and the red dot sight and all that. To prove that to you, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to change this into the big evil gun that you saw before. First step, I'm going to confirm that it is unloaded. I'm going to remove the magazine. Visually inspect the chamber to show that it is empty. Safety is on. Now, with the Ruger 1022, when you're removing the stock, you have to set the safety, which is this little toggle switch here, into a central position. If it's cocked, if the pin is ready to be fired, it doesn't settle into that position. So I'm actually going to close the action, and I'm going to dry fire it, pointing it up at a safe location. Now, I can click it into the middle, so it's a little bit of it is showing on each side. First thing I'm going to do, take a regular screwdriver, and I'm going to take off the barrel band. Barrel band slides right off. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pop out that little screw right there. This screw retains the contents of the firearm, the actual working parts of the firearm, into the stock. Save this screw, we need it for the other piece. Now the gun simply lifts out. Show you there. Simply lifts right out of the stock. This is the stock piece. This is going to go down here. Now I'm going to take the first part of the evil, nasty assault rifle, black rifle stock. Fits right in like so. Take the retaining screw. Tighten this one down. Okay. Fit again nice and flush. Get the action open. Now, I'm going to take this piece. This is one of the rails. Sorry, I can't really do this one in view of the camera. It's going to take me a second. So as I was doing that other video, the responses that I got made it pretty apparent that a lot of people think the things that go onto the weapon are what make it an assault rifle. And that's simply not the case. The very definition of an assault rifle is a select fire weapon. A select fire weapon is one that can shoot either in semi-automatic mode, which means every time you pull the trigger, one bullet fires, and there's mechanisms within the gun to reload the next round, or some type of automatic fire. It can be burst fire, which is every time you pull the trigger, maybe 3 rounds come out, or 4 or 5 or whatever. Or if you hold down the trigger, it will keep firing until the magazine is expended. And by the way, it's a magazine, not a clip. A clip is a little metal piece that goes on the back of a bunch of bullets that you shove down through the top of the receiver into the magazine that holds the bullets. They are not clips, they're magazines. When people want to ban high-capacity clips, I'm like, okay, go ahead, leave me my magazines. So, anyway, sorry, getting a little ahead of myself. People worry about the stuff that's attached to it. Both of the guns that I showed you are .22 rimfire cartridges. I said one is .22 caliber, meaning each bullet is .22 inches in diameter. And I said that the other one is a 5.6 millimeter round. 5.6 millimeters is .22 inches. I mentioned that one fires a relatively small round for varmint hunting, and the other one fires a copper-jacketed hollow point bullet at 1,400 feet per second. They're the same round. They're coming out of the same gun. 1,400 feet per second for a bullet is not particularly fast, especially for a rifle round. The measurement was simply metric versus English. Okay, so now I have the rifle mounted into the pistol grip. I have this front plate mounted with a rail on it. And you might say that the other one had that red dot sight for fast target acquisition on it. Here's the red dot sight. Here's the gun. There's a rail on top of the receiver. It attaches like so. And these 2 little thumb screws tighten it down. Now we're getting somewhere. Now it's starting to look like that weapon of mass destruction that everyone's so concerned about. I mean, it's all black gun. It's got a pistol grip on it. Now it's got a sight on it. I don't know what we're going to do next. Actually, wait. I do know what we're going to do next. We're going to put the front grip on it. Not only does it have a pistol grip, it's going to have a front grip too. That should make it extra evil. So, find approximately the right spot. I need to get the screwdriver on that again. Hold on. There we go. Swap out the screwdriver for the flathead. And tighten this down. There we go. Nice and secure. Collapsible stock. There we go. But the other one, it had that scary light on the front, so you could go in the dark and assassinate people. Well, here you go. And this actually isn't a particularly fancy light. This is just a Maglite XL50 mounted to a Weaver scope ring. And again, that's just going to attach onto the front there. Tighten it down. Give it a little twist with a screwdriver. Now there's the light. And finally, what about that nasty magazine? Here is the Ruger 1022 standard 10-round magazine. The 10 in the 1022 comes from this magazine. And that can fit right in there. Just like that. But I wasn't using the 10-round magazine. I was using that evil 25-round magazine. Well, there you go. Fits right in the same spot. So, right before your eyes, in under 10 minutes, I took the Ruger 1022 camp rifle, the one that the scouts practice on, the ones that they do their merit badges, the one that when high schools had their own shooting clubs would use, and I transformed it into a 5.6 millimeter copper-jacketed hollow point shooting machine of death right before your very eyes. It's the same gun. The same gun that you don't worry about when it's the Ruger 1022. Just because I strap a stock onto it and a couple of other pieces doesn't change the nature of the gun. It's just a .22 rimfire rifle. Before you get all bent out of shape about what's on the gun, maybe you should do a little research and learn what the gun actually is. And that was kind of my point for the whole thing. Thanks for watching.